All right. Welcome, everybody. Hello. Welcome to another Lunch and Learn Wednesday with Venture Portland. Today, we're talking about district design and marketing made easy with Canva. Hello, I am Samantha Montanaro. I go by Sam. I've been a graphic designer for over 20 years, over 21 years at this point. I've been doing marketing and events for 20 plus years. I owned my own small business for over 10 years, and I've been doing business association work for over 9 years. I went to school for visual communications and graphic design at the Illinois Institute of Art in Chicago. And I'm so passionate um, about visual communications. I love that language because, the things that we're doing in business districts or in small business, you know, visual communications communicates to people what it is that we're doing and our passions and why we're here. Um, I love graphic design so much, and since Canva came out, it's just been absolutely revolutionary. These days, everyone has to be a designer. And luckily, there is Canva. Oh my, State Farm is calling me. How do I stop this? I don't know how. Sorry about that, everybody. Let's see here. Okay. My phone recently got connected with my computer and I don't know how it did, and I'm not sure how to get it to stop. Sorry about that. I'm gonna quit out of that. Okay. I grew up with doing graphic design, for me as an 80s baby. I'm 41 years old. I grew up in the world of, barely digital graphic design, right? Like we weren't really doing graphic design on computers um until the late 90s. And then Adobe really took over as the leader, and Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop are maybe programs that you've heard of. Um, Canva was just invented, and I can't remember what year that came out, but it is a woman-owned business, and we're going to dive into Canva in just a second. We're going to talk a little bit about branding first, but I just have to say I'm so stoked about Canva and about like the streamlining of digital art. It's made it so much easier. What used to take a really long time is now easy as pie, y'all. We're gonna create some things today together. So first, let's talk about branding. Branding is important to talk about right away before we get into this, because whether you are a district leader or whether you own a small business, or whether you're a freelancer, an entrepreneur that's offering individual services, your brand is your identity. This is the thing that is going to communicate what it is that you're offering to the world. And if you want people to attend your events, buy your product, hire you for your services, invest in your company, whatever, no matter what level you're at, join your business association, you need to be able to communicate what it is that you're offering. Branding can also be an experience. So, there's a difference between logos and branding. When we're talking about branding, it includes all of these things. The logo, which is a mark, just an emblem, one image that represents the company or offering. Branding also includes your tone of voice, colors, typography, imagery, experiential things like events, or yeah, we'll get a little bit more into different types of things today. We're talking about graphic design today, so I'm going to stick away from experiential. But when we're talking about events and creative marketing strategies, we do have some other lunch and learns on creating things that are more experiential with branding. And then, of course, your brand name. Brands communicate the culture, value, and mission. They connect you to your audience. They represent the work that you do. Creating a brand guide to use. If you're creating a brand guide, it can really be valuable for training your staff, or board members, or communicating to people who work with you going forward. And it also allows you ways to explore and extend the brand to other forms. So let's talk a little bit about graphic design, and then I'm going to get into Canva because I just really want to spend the majority of this webinar playing around in Canva and showing you what I've learned in being a designer over the years. And we have a couple graphics to create together. So graphic design includes at this point, so you have your company, you have your business association, you have your nonprofit. Then what are you making to communicate what you're doing? Event graphics, merch, website banners, profile images, flyers, promotional materials. Hiring a graphic designer is expensive. Trust me, I charge over $100 an hour for people who are hiring me to do work. So being able to do this on your own is something that's really going to save some time and energy. And most of all, money. So I'm going to switch to sharing my screen and we're going to go into Canva. All right, folks. So depending on how familiar you are with Canva, I think my approach today is going to be to do a really quick just lay of the land, and then we're going to create some things together. So before we actually jump into this, I want to bring up a couple examples of district designs of two business association, actually three business association district designs that I think are really cool that show the way that branding is cohesive. St. John's Boosters, you can see their logo up at the top left is the bridge. I mean, all of us in Portland, we know in St. John's, the bridge is the iconic thing. So it makes so much sense. Then they have this image that is of the bridge. And as you go through all of their marketing material, here's a video from Travel Portland. There you go. It's the bridge. We go into event things that they're doing. There's always the bridge. So my point in showing this right away is that like whenever say they're going to be having some events come up, we can look through some of these and see, how they utilize their branding and what kinds of things that they do to weave it all together. And you can see just by having the logo on there, it really weaves it together. So jumping to Foster, I just absolutely adore the branding of Foster. It's really playful, and I think that they've done a really good job overall. They just redid their website, so shout out to Foster and their crew for going through the steps to do the rebrand. What I wanted to show this because I absolutely love these little icons. It's just really playful and fun. And Foster has been going through such a transition over the last, I mean, really forever, its entirety, but really the last 5 years, it going from being more spread out and not necessarily being known as a walkable business district to being really full of businesses all in a row that you can walk from one to the other. And their branding, I feel like just really represents the heartbeat of the people who are making this district come alive. I just love it. I think it's really sweet. You can see it's very simple and clean, but it really does have an identity that's different from others. I wanted to talk about Midway a little bit too, because Laura, who I think is here today, shout out to Laura if you are here today. The Midway Business Association, Laura spearheaded a project of rebranding and getting some new things here going for their brand. And let me show you on their Instagram, because you can see the ways that their branding goes throughout. So on some of you can see the printed material there. Okay, so I'm going to click down because Laura did this. Oh my gosh, I just love it. She had this bumper sticker designed. So you see the logo in the middle. And then they came up with all of these other images that really represent Midway. Midway is a really tough district. It's super spread out. And the thing I love about this the most is not only it's also one of the most culturally diverse business districts in all of Portland. So I love how it's like colorful, playful. There's also direct imagery that tell you what is going on in Midway. And the way that it's used in different ways throughout their designs, this is just awesome. It looks so good. And I wanted to show you this. Laura had these cards made, the bumper stickers and the placemaking cards. Those are the images used on the promotional card for the business association is an artist that's in the neighborhood that is in the business district and also lives in the neighborhood. And I'm just going to click through this because they did oh, cool. They did the debut during the Arts Alive event. Okay, so either way, I just wanted to bring this up because I feel like you can see how as doing graphic design for your business, there's the logo, then it's like, okay, maybe I want a sticker. Oh, we're doing an event. I need to make an event graphic. Oh, I need to, we need a promotional card. So how weaving all these things together, and I just love this example of like how the logo, the bumper sticker, and the card, they're cohesive. They look like they belong together, but they're different, right? There's different representations of this. The last things that I wanted to show you here for just some examples of, I think, amazing design and amazing branding. Wokeface is a business in the Foster area, and Wokeface does design and designs merch specifically. So you would hope it would be amazing, but it really is out of this world. And I just thought it was a really good example. You can see how cohesive this brand is and how many different ways the branding is communicated. The store itself is called Higher Self, and that is the storefront. And you can see how this branding is communicated through the literal painting of the building to the logo, to the images on the door, all the way throughout all of the stuff that they're offering. Dead Stock Coffee, I believe this is in Old Town, and this is they just knock it out of the park as well. This coffee shop is regularly forms collaborations with other brands to do. They did a shoe with Adidas. So like, what do shoes and coffee have to do with each other? I mean, they didn't really have anything to do with each other until Dead Stock made it a thing. And it's brilliant. And they sell out of everything that they do. And you can see it's really simple branding. So anyway, okay. Going back over to Canva, I wanted to share that because I think it's such an important piece that what makes a great brand is really starting with some great imagery, and then you're going to run with it. So, all right, folks, in Canva, we're going to go over the lay of the land, and then we're going to create some graphics together. So when you log in, this is what it looks like. Top left, or all the way on the left, you can see that's kind of the main navigation. In the bar on the left as well, you can create designs. You can also have quick links to other designs. This is what the projects tab looks like. If you go to your projects, and you can see I've been designing all kinds of things for Venture Portland. They have all kinds of templates in Canva, which I think is just amazing, because if you're not coming from a design background, this is a way for you to look through and be like, God, that is cool. I love this. Boy, that's a really cool design. I think I might use this. You can go in and customize it. And I'm not going to go through all those steps right now, but one of the tips that I have listed here is to find designs that you like and use them as inspiration. The beautiful thing about Canva is, even at the free version, they have a lot of free graphics for you to use. I highly recommend paying for the upgraded version. I think it's $11.99 a month or something like that, really affordable, and you get endless amounts of graphics to use. You can do animated graphics and do even video work in here. So this is such a valuable tool, and you don't have to be a professional designer to have really good design. They have a lot of amazing templates. So first and foremost, if you're like, I don't even want to stress about anything, I just need to create something and create something fast. I mean, look at these graphics. You can see how easy it would be to just use one of their templates and go ahead and upgrade it with, or, update it with your business information. Carrying down the navigation on the left, the brand tool. This is a really cool feature about Canva because, for example, Venture Portland, we have our brand, we have our logo, we have our colors, and we have our fonts. So you can create the kit, but I'll take you through a little look here of our brand kit. I uploaded every version of our logo that we have. What's amazing is in Canva is I can make my logo any color. I don't have to have the versions because there is the ability to update those things in Canva, but you can upload all your logo versions. Then you can go ahead and select the colors. We have all of our fonts that are put into place here, which I typically know how I use these, right, for Venture Portland because we did our branding package, but titles and headings and section headers are all in the same font, subtitles, subheadings, and body copy and quotes and captions are all in the same font as well, but you can see that there's some difference in font size as well as thickness. As well as the italics. I'm going to take a second here. I'm realizing I can't see your chats. Okay, there we go. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, sweet. Yeah, I want to be able to see this. Awesome. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, cool. So carrying down through here, I mean, I could have photos uploaded of other graphics and icons. How cool is this? And I'll show you how you can use this when you're creating designs. There's other apps you can link to in Canva. This is obviously where we start to get into the more advanced levels. So I'm not going to really get into that. But we are going to do some AI generation together today. And we will do that when we're creating a graphic. But this is a new feature of Canva, and I've been using it this week for Venture Portland, and it's been a lot of fun. So let's get to designing. So let's actually go to our projects first. So pro tip, you're gonna need Instagram squares, right? Anybody designing anything, of the first question is like, okay, what are you making? What size does it need to be? Let's start with the Instagram square because it's just a really common promotional thing that we're doing. So to create a design, you go in, I mean, they literally have it as a templated thing. So they have a lot of templated things here, PowerPoint presentation, Instagram post, Instagram story, Facebook post. It goes on and on. But the pro tip on this, when you click into it, so cool, here we go. We have a blank slate. The pro tip is to keep creating the same size things in the same file. You can see how many graphics I've done for Venture Portland. What I love about doing this in the same file is that it makes it really easy to copy and paste and have a brand identity that really is easy to like carry over. So you can see today we're going to create two things for Venture Portland in the moment because I need to do this, first of all. Second of all, when I was thinking about what we were going to create here together, I'm like, let's do something really practical. So we have an event coming up. So I copy and pasted the info from our website. So this is often how I'll start. We're doing an event. You can see, what is it? Holiday Cheers at Steeplejack. When? December 12th from 5:30 to 7, where? At Steeplejack in the Northeast Broadway District. So a lot of times what I'll do to start is what info needs to be on there? Copy and paste that into a file. A really cool thing about Canva is you can duplicate the page. So I'm just going to duplicate it right away for my working self. Now I can delete this info. I have it right here. I want to create something that looks like some of the other designs that I've done for the events that we do. Oh, look at that. There's the November meetup graphic. So I want something that kind of looks like this. Here's the October one. Let's see what else we got from other meetups that I've done in the past. Oh, there's the September one. Okay, so this is where I'm going to just copy and paste it. Um, you guys, I am going to link all of these quick keys. I have a lot of quick keys for you that are going to make your digital design life so easy. If you push on a Mac, Command, and then hit A, you can select everything on a file. Command C is copy. If I go back to the top and I do Command V, I'm pasting it. I know that was quick, and don't worry about remembering or writing those down. I have a slide for you, but I'm going to move quickly through these designs so that we can just for the sake of the webinar here. So
So, Sam, sorry to
yeah,
interrupt.
go ahead.
Sorry.
Mhm.
But someone could start in Canva
Yep.
versus starting in Instagram, right? So somebody could just begin their journey saying,
Of course.
"Oh, a December meetup. We're going to have this
Yes,
meetup," right? You can begin there.
absolutely. Which would be like this. Um, so is there a specific question you have, Joy? Because like we're not in Instagram, we're in Canva.
Right. But when we're talking about you utilizing like cut and paste in
Yep.
Canva, you can, if you don't have anything yet, you can start originally from Canva.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, totally. And I see a question in the chat box. Is there a benefit of copy and pasting instead of duplicating? The reason I did that is because the slide was so far down that then you have to like move it up. But when you're right next to it, duplicating it and then working with it is the easiest. So like Joy was saying, of creating something from scratch. So I could here, so there's two things I'm gonna do here today, and we're gonna create one thing from scratch, and then we're gonna do this duplication thing. I'm starting with the duplication because showing these quick keys as to how to like copy, paste, work with things that you have on other files, I have found to be one of the most valuable things that helps me design things fast because once I have this, you know, so once you have, first of all, the basic info that you need, we have all the pertinent info. Because I'm working off of a thing I've done before, we have some design inspiration. We have a brand already. We have a thing already. There's some stuff to pull from, but let's say we're just starting from scratch on this and we want to make a graphic for an event at Steeplejack on December 12th. Often how I start, okay, so now that we're working in the design bar, we're not at the home page. Oops, sorry about that. We're working on the design bar. You can see on the left side, the navigation has changed. Design is where the templates exist. So I could type in here event promotion. And you can see, oh, look at that. That's cool. Oh, there's a flea market pop-up, right? Ooh, that's a cool design. I'm going to work with that. Like we were talking about, like I was talking about before, you can edit any of these. It can be like, come to our place. And then you can start to play around with, all of the ways that this is going to work. I'm going to take a step back here because we're not going to work off of this template. We're going to create something from scratch. So the design tab is very much the templates. Do it, use them. It's amazing. I often use templates, but I'll update them and customize them to be for us. Creating something from scratch, though, you're going to want to be using the Elements and Text tab most often. The Elements tab, we're doing something at Steeplejack, and it's a holiday event. So I'm just going to put in Happy Holidays and see what comes up. You can see here, there's headers that are bolded, graphics, photos, audio, videos. Then you can see the see all buttons. So we're going to go to see all the graphics. And we have a whole bunch of holiday stuff. Okay, that's a cool bow. Put that there. What else could we do? Let's do some stars. I like those. Those are cute. And then let's see, this is called Holiday Cheers. Sometimes I'll even just type in what I'm looking for. Oh, look at that. Holiday Cheers. Okay, now we're working, right? And okay, so I'm gonna do a little bit with what we have here. First of all, you can see on the bottom, you can zoom. You can also jump from page to page. So that's something to note. You can change the view. So when you see me zooming in and out, I'm actually just using my fingers. When to adjust any sizes of graphics in here, you're going to go into the corners. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Let's say we wanted to tilt it on its side a little bit. See this little circle button? When you hover, or sorry, when you click on an image, there's some navigation that comes up. You can turn it. You can also, a quick key, a very popular quick key is Control Z or Command Z, that's undo. Let's look at some of these other things. If you're designing with other people, you can actually make comments. How cool is that? You can duplicate something. So if I wanted to have a lot more stars around, I can just duplicate and play around with those. Some of the other navigations here that's really important to note. So you can see that they have the quick keys as well, but the layering is where is it sitting? So if you're thinking about the images, all the elements that you have here, we have the bow, and I'm just want to work with one of the twinkles, and we have the text. Okay, right now the bow is behind the text. Let's say for some reason I wanted to have the bow above of it. You can go to layer and then go to bring to front. So it's this, I hope you can see that this is all pretty self-explanatory, and also they do have lots of tutorials that you can watch. But the key with Canva is to really just play around with it and get to know the different quick keys that they have. Align to page, left, you can play around with that. I want it right in the middle. Gosh, it makes it so easy. With Canva as well, you can see when you're dragging something around. See how those different guides come up? Those are just giving you support for where the heck you are. So when it's like that, this is dead center. That's perfectly centered. And it actually snaps in a little bit. So it's really cool. A really, really cool feature. So I'm gonna take a step back here, and I guess let's go back by having holiday cheers, because I thought that was really cute. Holiday cheers at Steeplejack. So I'm designing this. I need to get the Steeplejack logo. I'm gonna go to Google, Steeplejack Brewing Company, images. Okay, here's their logo. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to copy this. You can right click on it, copy the image, and go to paste. Look at that. Okay. I'm going to do this probably again, but to just reiterate there, anything you need to bring in from the internet, you can go ahead, say I wanted to have a picture of it. Maybe I want to have a picture since the other, the other graphics that we have, they show the bar. This one's a nice picture. So let's bring that in. Gonna copy and paste that. So you can see this looks pretty chaotic right now. Another pro tip is the throughout my design process, I'll often just duplicate the page and then leave it, because this way I can be like, okay, I'm not ready for that image. Or let's say I want to put the image in the background. So I'm going to play with that. I'm going to get this bow out of here, but I don't want to lose the bow. So that's where the copy and the paste of, or I'm sorry, the duplication of that page can be helpful. Do you guys know what I mean with that? It's just like a placeholder for your stuff. I love it. It really helps me work through this. Okay, so looking at the template of kind of what we had before, I'm going to copy and paste the logo of Venture Portland. We're going to do December. Okay, we're going to make. Okay. I want to show you something about photos in here. So if I just click on this photo, I get the typical navigation. I can turn it, I can make it a different size, I can layer it, and anything like that. If I double click on this image, you can see that some of it is like transparent. What's up with that? Well, this is what's up with that. It's cropping. It's the cropping mechanism. So this is a really cool way that you can get more of the image that you want, right? That looks better, I think, than it being really far away for what we're trying to do here. So, let's see. I want to show you another amazing feature of Canva, which is the background remover tool. If you're an actual graphic designer, you know how big of a pain in the butt this was in the past. They have a thing called BG remover now in Canva, and if you click it, it removes the flipping background. It's so easy. I just can't get over it. Something really fun as well with this is, let's see here. I want to think about, let's say we want to have a picture of I'm gonna use Joy for Joy Church. We're gonna use a picture of Joy from the internet to put on this image because she's the executive director. I'm just I'm just playing around right now, but I want to show you what I mean with this. So if say Joy was going to be a guest speaker at this event. I love the background remover feature with like people. It looks so cool. Look at that. How quick can this be? Let's say we're going to have her as a guest speaker, and then I can put, a little, let's see here. I could put like a little box. Let's go back here. So you can see what I did there. I know I'm clicking kind of quickly, but I want this to, again, to be just a general overview of all of the capabilities. In the Elements tab, if you click out, there's basic shapes, there's images. We're going to do an AI generation in a little bit here. There's stickers, photos. I mean, there's everything you can imagine. So let's do like a little text box. We're going to adjust the color. This is where the brand kit comes into play. See that? All of my brand colors are ready to go. And then let's add some text. I'm going to do a subheading because Joy Church is going to be our guest speaker. Going to go in and change that color. And I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, we need that to be a little bit smaller to fit in there. Okay, you guys can see what I'm getting at here. How quick is it and amazing is it in Canva to be able to do something like that? Where, I mean, it's obviously far from done, but the point of this is you are able to play with existing images. You're able to use stock photography, stock imagery, things that you'd normally have to pay a subscription for or buy packages of. I mean, you used to have to just buy stock imagery. So this tool is just absolutely incredible. Yeah, let's see here. I want to move on to doing some other stuff and to just keep going, and I want to answer any questions if you have them as well. So again, if you have any questions or if you're looking for something specific, if you're like, I need to design this, Sam, I need help with this, I would love to know that too for who is here in the room today. If there's something specific that you need to design, because then I can be more helpful to you. Um, but something else that needs to be designed for today that I thought would be cool to do together is our newsletter header. So if you go to ventureportland.org/news, you can see all of our newsletters. And you can see all of these graphics that I designed. Isn't this a good example of how they look cohesive? Like they look like they belong together. Um, but they're all totally different. So I already kind of know what I want to be doing here. The subject for this week is World Vegan Month. So I wanted to show you guys how to use that AI tool because it is so flippin' cool. Let's see here. Um, text design. Okay, elements. Okay, so we're doing World Vegan Month. I need a background. Let's generate. This is the Magic Media AI. So enter 5+ words to describe. So we're going to type in World Vegan Month. We're just going to type in World Vegan Month actually and see what comes up. You click enter and AI is scouring everything it can to come up with some imagery. Oh, look at that. Okay, what? No, well, that's not a good fit. This isn't a very good fit either, but it's more along the lines. Now this I'm liking. I'm liking this a lot, right? This is like, this looks like it could be with our other images. I'm gonna go with it. I like that one. But let's say that, oops. So you can hit generate again. It'll come up with 4 brand new images every time. But I want to go back and do one more search. That's kind of cool. That could be cute too. There is a feature here of like make it as background, I think. Yeah, set as image background. Um, okay, I want to do World Vegan Month. Um, like food background because I don't want words. And some of those searches we were looking for came up with words. Let's see what this comes up with. There's words on it. Maybe I do no words. That one's cool. I like that one too. Okay, these are all great. Let's go with this one. Replace background. I love that. I think it's awesome. I'm going to copy and paste my text, and it is World Vegan Month. Okay, so once you get an image done that you want to use, This is a really important part about this. How the heck do I get this onto my newsletter? You're going to go to the top right corner and click share. In this, there's a whole lot of different things you can do in share. You can obviously share your Canva. You can add a link to bring people to this. You can present, have a public viewing link, print it, create a template. You can do a whole bunch of stuff here, but we want to download it. With the download, you're going to want to select the correct file type because we're going, this needs to be an image. This is going into a newsletter. I can't put it in it as a PDF. I'm going to go for the PNG. That's the correct size. One important part when you're downloading is the pages. I have 10 pages here. I just want page 1 today. Select page 1, done, download. Okay, so now my image is downloaded. I am going to, this was supposed to be already ready to rock here. We're going to go into our finished newsletter that is ready to be sent that you guys will all be getting today. And I'm going to replace this image here. And I wanted to do this because I think it really shows the practical application of Canva and how quickly you can create an image, download it, and get it uploaded onto your website. Look at that. Done. I mean, how cool is that? And you guys can't see anymore because you can't see the preview. Okay. You'll have to check your email for the newsletter after we're done with the with the webinar today. This is so cool. So I'm gonna stop sharing for a second. If I can figure out where you guys are. Here we go. Okay, I want to stop sharing for a second and just check in with you guys and see what other designs you may want or what other tips you want. I'm going to go into, before we conclude, I'll go into the quick keys and then I'm going to go into some just pro tips around what makes good design. Because I think that that's an important piece. What about linking a design in Canva with MailChimp? Linking a design in Canva with MailChimp or an email app. Can you explain what you mean, M. Sherman? Linking a design in Canva with MailChimp. Like you want to bring an image into MailChimp?
Well, it looks like in Canva, you could design an email and then
Cool.
how do can we input it then over at MailChimp or Constant Contact or somewhere else?
Sure. Yeah, so I haven't used a lot of those integrations, but the answer is yes. I mean, something that I think is so revolutionary about Canva is their integrative app tools. For a little while, I used their scheduler. So instead of using later.com or instead of using Hootsuite and downloading your social media images and then uploading them and doing the things, you can actually integrate and link. And then you're sending your designs there. So I haven't used those features. And this is just such an intro to design thing today. But, or to, to just, yeah, more around basic design and these basic tools. But I cannot recommend enough using the integrations and their training videos. All the tutorials and stuff are very easy. Very easy to use. You go on there, you can search for anything you need, and they usually have it in video format. It's like 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes, and it'll show you what it can do and how to do it. Also, something amazing about Canva is they do upgrades very often. They're revolutionizing the design world all the time, and they come up with new features all the time. So, the AI feature is brand new and it's really cool. And I'm still pretty new into that. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm just playing around with it. What about making the Canva image a square to use an Instagram post? Is there simply a way to save it as that? Thanks for that question, Gemma. So, this is what actually that's like so perfect for a final step here because I did show you one thing. I put it into my newsletter, but how do I take this graphic and make it into, let's say this was ready. How do I make this into the actual Instagram post? This is the way that I currently do it. And I'm just going to say it that way because there's a lot of different ways that you can get this image onto Instagram. Like I said, you could use the scheduler on Canva. So from what I understand, you can actually link your Instagram with Canva and actually like send it through the scheduler. But this is the way that I'm doing it. So I will go back to the download. I am going to unselect, and this is page 3. I'm going to download my image as a PNG. Page 3. Okay. I'm going to download it. And this might seem kind of antiquated, but I love it. I just absolutely love this. It really works for me. I go to my email and I send a, oh, I don't know if you guys can see this. I send myself an email. Sam, and then graphic, and I attach it in the email. And just send, and I write my Instagram post. I'll write out, I'm realizing if I get my email, I'm like, oh my God, get me out of my email. I'm like, no. But I'll actually write out the post. So then it would be like, December meetup at Steeplejack coming up on, December 12th, like blah, blah, blah. And then I can write out the hashtags and everything. And that I just really love it. I love that then I go into my phone, I pull up my email, I download the image, I copy and paste the text, and a post is made really quickly. Something else I want to show you that I think is really helpful is making, so I made a Instagram post size, but let's make a story as well because we're promoting this event, and this event should be promoted in my Instagram feed and in my stories. I created a new Instagram story size. I'm copying and I'm pasting that graphic here. The background didn't come with. Let's go back. Sometimes that happens where the background doesn't come with when you're copying and pasting across. So just kind of go through it. I noticed that there was a background of the drinks that I had created on there. I'm gonna change the color. Okay. Just gonna go like that. Do you see how flippin' quick? I mean, it's just it could just continually blows my mind. And obviously I'm working pretty quick because I know the quick keys and whatnot. So things are going fast. Here's another quick key actually that I need to add on. If you click on something and then you want to add other items with it, hold down Shift. And now they're selected together and I can move them together. There's the meetup. We're going to do this, say I wanted to have the date, 12/20, whatever. Okay. So within like 3 minutes, yay. Thank you, Vanessa. Thanks for coming. Again, just like in 2 minutes, I've created another size image to be used across platforms. I want to show you too. Let's say I want to animate this. Let's make this look really cool. I mean, you can do so much on here, y'all. You can adjust the speed. Is it on enter, on exit, on both? Words. I mean, there's so many different features. So when you're scrolling on Instagram and you see this kind of stuff, people are making this in Canva. If you do something like this, you need to download it as an MP4 video. So let's finish that. I'm going to download it and show you what it looks like. Well, no, shoot, I can't actually without changing my screen share. Sorry. I'm a little all over the place with I'm still kind of new into the screen sharing stuff on Zoom, and with all of these different tabs, I thought I was going to be able to do something quick, but it's okay. My point is now I can download this, email it to myself, and when I pull it up on my phone, it's just going to be a video that plays. It will play like this. That's what it will look like when I pull it up on my phone. Okay, so I am going to stop sharing here. I know we're getting a little tight on time, and I realized I'm like, oh, I could do like 100 presentations on this, and it's like there's so much to cover with this, but I wanted to cover just some basic ways of like how to make something quick, then how to make it happen in different forms, and show you some of the capabilities. But I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint because I have some of the quick keys. And just a couple pro tips before we leave here. So, oops, okay. So, okay. So here are some of the quick keys to remember. I'm just gonna leave this for a second. I don't, you guys can screenshot it. I will also send it in an email follow-up. Get to know your quick keys. This is how you're gonna start to really move through your design process in a really time efficient way. It's just so worth it, especially the undo, copy, cut, paste, duplicate, select all, save. Grouping is Command G. I don't have that one on here. But in Canva, you can view the quick keys. If you can't find them, go ahead and just, put in the search bar in Canva, quick keys. They can give you more info. But this is such a pro thing that really makes your life so much easier. I can't stress it enough. It's going to end up saving you a lot of time. Here are some final pro tips for like best design practices. Keep it simple. The simpler it is, the more it's going to communicate what you're trying to say. Look for inspiration and follow the vibes. Use a template. If you're not using a template, pull in an image. Say you found something on Google that you really like and you're like, "Oh, I want my graphic to kind of look like this." Copy and paste it into a page in your working file, and then you can look at it and like, what is it that you like about it? Is it the spacing? Is it the color? Is it the aesthetic? Is it the way it makes you feel? What is it that makes you like it? And then use it for inspiration. Give things space. White space is the space in between. On this slide that we're looking at, it is everything but the words, pro tips, and then the bullet points and the logo. All that space around it makes it easy to read and easy to digest the information. If we had a whole bunch more text on here to the point that it was, really cluttered, it will be more hard to read. So just pro tips in general are less is more, give things space. Limit the number of fonts that you're using. I recommend no more than 3 fonts, and 3 is even a lot. On this slide, and in most cases, I'm using 2 fonts. You can see the header is 1 font and the body copy is another font. Be consistent with your design looks. If you find something that works, if we're talking about social media, if you find something that really works, that's getting really good engagement, replicate it. Just be consistent with your designs. If everything is looking different all the time, it's harder for people to know who is this. You know how that is when you're scrolling on social media or you're walking and you see a bunch of posters on a pole. It's if you want it to stand out with your branding, be consistent. And the last pro tip is get feedback. You can always get feedback from me. Feel free to shoot over designs that you're like, can you give me some tips as to how to make this look better? But from your peers, from your coworkers, your board mates, other people you work with, show people and see what they think. In conclusion, these days, everybody has to be a designer if you're working in small business, and design does not have to be difficult. Canva is a really easy tool to use. And the more that you play with it and utilize the really revolutionary modern tools, the more time and money you're going to save, and the more people are going to know about the things that you're doing. So thank you so much for coming today. My name is Sam Montanaro. Again, you can contact me at sam@ventureportland.org. I am happy to help with any of your design needs anytime. I can't be your designer, but I can give you some feedback. And or if you're having a branding issue, say you're having a brand identity issue, or you're wanting to make some shifts into doing a rebrand, let me know. I'm happy to do a quick call with you and offer some suggestions as to how to get the most for your money, and your time and your energy, because it's certainly precious. You guys are doing such good work in the world.